I'm Lynn Marshall. I am the manager and assistant coach of the Carleton University swim team and also the head coach of the Carleton Masters swim team. So as far as the Carleton Ravens team goes, I basically do everything behind the scenes to try to make everything go smoothly for the swimmers with regards to managing all of the paperwork, sort of organizing everything with athletics, for Giving Tuesday, organizing everything with advancement for that, ordering any team gear, normally doing entries for competitions, which isn't happening this year, meeting with other coaches in the OUA to sort of discuss what's happening with all of the universities, and helping out with coaching when needed. I started swimming competitively when I was 10 years old, and I still swim myself, and I sort of thought a little bit about coaching, but wasn't really sure if that was my thing. And then I decided to take a coaching course, just sort of out of general interest. And right around the time I finished the coaching course, at that time I was working at Nortel, and that was right around the time in 2001 when Nortel was not doing so well. And I ended up leaving Nortel and came to Carleton, and since then I had an opportunity to get involved with the varsity swim team. So I've been coaching the varsity swim team, and I also teach in systems and computer engineering. So I have basically 3 jobs altogether, but they're all at Carleton. The head coach when I was first swimming when I was 10 was male, but we had a couple of assistant coaches who were female, so I did have exposure to female coaches. And then when I was at university, my first year, the head coach was female. Since then, I think most of my coaches have been male, but I've had occasionally female coaches also. I don't really think I've experienced any issues with coaching directly related to being female. That said, with both teaching and coaching, the perception is that most people, when men are loud and pushy, it's considered okay. When women are like that, it's more like, you're being bossy or whatever. So there is a little bit of a difference in perception for men and women in just about any role. But I don't think I've had any specific incidents that I can think of where the fact that I was female caused any sort of issues. I think in my mother's generation, women actually being involved in sports was not as common. For me and my generation, I think it's more common for women to be involved in sports and also to be involved in coaching. But in swimming, the large majority of the head coaches for most universities and most swim teams do tend to be male. And I'm not sure if that's changed too much over the years, but I definitely think that there's more of an emphasis on everybody for keeping fit as you get older, which I think is great. And I think that very recently there have been a lot of initiatives aimed at getting women more involved in coaching, which is great. The most rewarding part of being a coach is seeing your athletes succeed. So, as an athlete myself, it's rewarding when you individually do well, but it's much more rewarding to see individuals on the team and the team as a whole, especially on relays, to see people perform well and set best times. And the other thing as a university coach is that it's not just the swimming, it's the academics side of things. And I'm always very proud when the swim team is normally amongst one of the top teams as far as the number of academic All-Canadians that we have. When I was growing up and when I first started swimming, a lot of the coaches, especially the male coaches, tended to be rather tyrannical and do things that you'd never get away with these days as far as physical abuse and mental abuse. So I think it was more, I knew when I started coaching what I didn't want to do rather than what I did want to do from some of the role models that I had seen that were not what I wanted to be. My goal when I first started coaching was to give back to the sport, because I'd been involved in swimming for many years, and I just wanted a chance to be able to sort of, I felt that I had got a lot from swimming, so I wanted to get involved in coaching to help others gain all the things that I felt that I had learned and achieved through swimming. So that was the main reason that I got involved in the coaching, and I don't think it's really changed too much over the years. It's still, wanting to help people enjoy swimming and improve and achieve their goals. I was an undergrad at Waterloo, and then I did my graduate work in England, and then I did some postdoc in Belgium, traveled around the world for a year, and then I came back to Canada looking for a job, and I was able to get a job with BNR, which then became Nortel, so that's why I moved to Ottawa. And then when I left Nortel, I quite like Ottawa, so I was happy to be able to find a position here at Carleton. And I actually, while I was working at Nortel, I had actually been swimming here as part of the master's team, so I knew Carleton quite well. So it just worked out well that there was an opportunity to start coaching here. So since I was able to both coach and teach at Carleton, it worked out very well.